Ready to go. First video diary, here we go. I'm feeling elated. I think the first episode was really cool. I had lots of fun. I feel kind of stupid doing a video diary. But yeah, I think it's cool to document this entire journey. My dog's getting up and going over there. You'll get to see my dog eventually. So, recap of the first episode. Karma gave me lots of stuff to work with. I'm going to join a bunch of communities this week. It's going to be a lot of Discords, Twitter spaces, just jumping headfirst into the space and being involved and adding value where I can, helping where I can, finding musicians that I really vibe with, collectives that I really vibe with, and adding value to them as much as possible. Really looking forward to it, a little bit overwhelmed already. I also just bought my ticket to NFT NYC, which was another tick off the checklist, so that's kind of the first thing done already. Just jumped off the call then, so already kicking goals. But yeah, so that's the first video diary. I hope this is entertaining. Okay, second video diary, day 2. I spent most of today feeling ridiculously burnt out already. I don't really spend any time on Discords or Twitter at all. I think I kind of pushed myself so hard for the build-up of the podcast that I kind of had a bit of adrenal fatigue today and just really needed to rest. And I kind of did. But yeah, it's feeling very overwhelming, feeling like I have to kind of just focus completely on Web3, and I haven't written a song in a long time, and I'm doing a session tomorrow, which would be nice to just create some music, because I'm really missing that. I haven't written for myself in weeks, just other people, and yeah, it's been a lot one day, but I'm getting lots of messages of support, and I'm overwhelmed by the response of the first episode. Still early days, very small, but everyone's been so kind and just just feel really lots of love around the whole project, which is really cool, and lots of people I really respect reaching out, which is awesome. I didn't expect that. So yeah, I've got this session tomorrow, and then in the afternoon I'm gonna jump into some Discords, Twitter spaces. That's my dog rolling around again. Twitter spaces. There's a few ones I'm really excited about. My friend Mark, Boy Untitled, is doing a Rainbow Room, and my buddy Cam is doing a sound style 25 edition type drop, so that'll be interesting. So I'll be in those. And yeah, just trying to add value where I can, trying to help, not going in with any expectations, just trying to build a sense of community, meet some people that I vibe with, and start kind of building a little group of friends, hopefully. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, today was kind of just a write-off, to be honest. But yeah, thank you. Okay. So, let's get comfy. Alright, so I've been in and out of Discords and Twitter the last few hours at least. The sun was out today, so I made it down to the pool. Got to chill there, which was nice. Yeah, I've been building some connections, reaching out to people, seeing where I can help wherever possible. Had a good chat to a few people in Hi-Fi Labs, Dreams Never Die. Those guys are really cool. Good Karma, not Karma, not Wave World, but Good Karma Records. really cool people that work there. What else? Tuned into a couple of Sound XYZ drops. A sound circle with them on, which is really cool. What else have I done? Had a little poke around the wave world as well. Was chatting to Leo about potentially being involved with or helping their event in NFT NYC, which would be cool. So excited. I've never been to New York, so I'm really excited for that. Yeah, overall feelings, it's just a lot. It's a lot of work. But yeah, I've been pacing myself, making sure that I'm giving as much as I can, making sure that I'm being of service and lifting others up and telling them what I think about their music, and which I think is really important, because I don't know if it's just me, but there's a bit of a theme that I'm noticing that like there's a lot of people in the Web3 music space that like haven't even heard each other's music. They just kind of know each other in like almost like a business sense. Like it's like a relation, like it'll be a friendship or whatever, but like there's not a lot of people that like, I don't want to put this the wrong way, but people lift each other up like crazy and people turn up for each other like crazy there. But I think that the emphasis is more on supporting their friend than being a fan of their music as well. And I think it's really important to push the narrative or the needle in the direction of like also supporting people's music and telling them like what you like about their songs, because that's something that means so much to me. Like if someone listens to my song and like points out a lyric that I loved, or like says something about a song that I never thought, it means a lot more than like buying an NFT to me, or like buying something that I sold. It's like more personal to me. But yeah, it's a bit of a rant. But yeah, I don't want that to be taken the wrong way. Like the space, the Web3 music space is literally like the most loving, supportive section of the music industry ever. Doesn't exist. Like nothing else exists like that. But yeah, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I just feel like people don't talk about the music enough. Yeah, what else? Chatting with Dio to organize dropping this. Chatting with a few people, preparing for episode 2 at the same time. There's a lot of work going on, but just showing up, doing my part, and yeah, not pushing it too hard, but just making sure that I'm constant, involved in the communities. I joined Water and Music is another thing that I did. I have about 10 tabs of articles that they've written that I really want to read, because there's so much knowledge going on there, and really, really helpful. I can't wait for there's an new member onboarding thing tomorrow that I'll just miss the start of, but I should be able to tune in. Really cool community, I can already tell. So yeah, that's pretty much the update. Just trugging along, and I'll see you tomorrow. Video diary update number, I have no idea. It could be 5 or 4 or 6. What's new? I just bought my first music NFT from Sound, which was fun and exciting. What else? I've already told you that I've signed up for Water and Music, but yeah, I've been in and out of these Discords, these Twitter groups, starting to build some good relationships and friendships, I would even call. Yeah, just feeling really positive and kind of meshing in with the energy of the whole space at the moment. I feel like there's just something big coming. It's really vibrant and everyone's super excited and supportive and loving and cool. And the music's fucking awesome too, which is really cool. What's new? I spent a bunch of time poking around Song Camp. Sorry, my dog's sighing in the background. I know I probably say that in most videos, but he's sick of me doing these things already. Song Camp's really cool. Matthew Chain, legend in the space, started a really cool group there. They just dropped, or they're dropping, in the process of dropping Chaos, which is a I don't even know how to explain it. It's a project with 77 artists all collaborating together to make one headless musical group. That's, you know, the parts of 77 people, but no real official kind of artist. It's just 77 people in one. I asked the question today, like, which song had like the most collaborators on it, and it was like 25 collaborators on one track, which is just crazy. That in itself is impressive, but the fact that like I've actually heard a couple of the songs from the project, and they're actually really good. So to have that many people collaborating on one song and actually come out with really, really quality music is just a testament to A, the talent in the community, but also B, like I would probably, I wasn't in the sessions, but I would probably say like a lack of ego and everyone trying to kind of come to a common goal. It's really hard in music specifically. Most creatives kind of do have a bit of an ego, myself included. So I think it's a real testament to just like the camaraderie of this space and Songcamp in general. The community there is so in touch with each other and so loving and kind. So I think that it just breeds beautiful creativity. But yeah, that's kind of the update for this morning. It's raining today, so I'll be spending more time on my computer wearing my blue blockers, of course, and I'll touch base with you later on. Thank you. Okay, so this is where this gets hard. Just had my first kind of failure, I guess you would call it. Dio and Glass were kind enough to offer me the opportunity to upload the first episode as a unique one-of-one Genesis NFT, and it was very last minute, to be fair. We kind of decided on doing it today because we just didn't get to talk until today. But yeah, like everything was going great. I thought the universe was on my side because it uploaded literally like, it's an hour and 10 minutes or an hour and 5 minutes. So like the only thing they've ever uploaded that's longer than that was an hour and 2 hours, I think. So it's very long and it's a very big video. I think it was like 6 gigabytes or something when I uploaded it. So yeah, it took a while to upload, and I was worried that it wouldn't even be uploaded by the time the Twitter space started where we were announcing it. But yeah, it uploaded like minutes before. So I was like, oh, the universe has got my back. This is going to be fine. So I keep going through, I'm clicking. The user experience on Glass is actually awesome. Like the interface is really cool. It's really easy to use, really easy to understand. But yeah, I think something with my MetaMask wallet just didn't work. And it just kind of froze. I just got like the spinning wheel loading of death, the entire Twitter space. And then basically proceeded to publicly for an hour in front of multiple people, I think it was like 30 people at one point, I guess like fail. And you know, we talked about it being kind of the whole point of the podcast, which is to, you know, I keep saying it's an honest and vulnerable account of exactly what it feels like to be someone who's a musician trying to onboard themselves into Web3. And I think this is a perfect example of what that is actually like. Like, it's not all sunshine and rainbows and, you know, 50 ETH mirror campaigns, and it's hard and it's confusing. And thank God, the Glass developer, Varun, I hope I didn't butcher his name, but he's a legend. They fixed it, and it's been uploaded now, or it's due to be uploaded, and it's all good. But yeah, it was very stressful, very embarrassing, but you know, important. I got a message from my mom like halfway through saying this is very brave but necessary, which I think is a perfect way to sum it up. Because, you know, if I don't fail publicly and explain, you know, how not to, then there's no point in this podcast at all. Otherwise it'll just be like a podcast where you watch and everything just works perfectly, and they're like, why did you even need to educate people in Web3 if it's that simple? So I think it's kind of perfect timing, and it's funny, and hopefully it adds to the story and adds to kind of the, you know, the importance of this first episode. Once again, my dog running around.
He does this every time I record. He seems to just do it to try to piss me off. My wife's just silenced him, so she's a legend. Thanks, baby. But yeah, overall, huge fail, but I don't feel that bad about it in the sense that I know, we're going to upload it tomorrow. We'll do like a follow-up Twitter space, and I think it was just a perfect example of the importance of this podcast and exactly, why I'm doing this podcast. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to touch on was like the confusion of where to price your art before. I wouldn't even call this art, it's a podcast, but I guess, a podcast is an art. I saw a great Adam Levy tweet asking like, do you think podcasting is an art? And I actually think it is. I think interviewing is an art for sure, because it's very difficult to do, to keep a conversation interesting, to make sure that the guest feels comfortable, there's a good discourse, that it flows. I definitely noticed in the first episode I kept saying awesome. I was thinking more about the next question than how to kind of keep the conversation going naturally. And I'm learning too. I've been listening to a lot of public speaking podcasts, and yeah, so I'm learning. But yeah, the confusion about where to price it, I just kind of like asked Dio, because my main concern is like I just want people to kind of have a good blueprint, of what to do. So I think that there's no real answer to that question. We chose 0.5 ETH because it's unique, one of one. It's the first video podcast uploaded to Web3 that I'm aware of, that Dio is aware of, and he runs the premier video NFT platform, so hopefully he knows what he's talking about. But from what I'm aware of, it's the first video podcast uploaded to the blockchain. It's specifically about music anyway. So yeah, it's like the opportunity to kind of own that, which is pretty cool. It's a one of one. And yeah, hopefully people see the value in that. Hopefully people get value out of the first episode and get value out of this Twitter space that just, I think soon will become legend, because Dio forgot to record it, which is like heartbreaking to me, because I'm trying to record absolutely everything. But it would just be the stuff of legend. It would be, remember that time that you did your Genesis Web3 drop and absolutely crashed and burned in front of heaps of people. But yeah, that's me for the day. The next episode is going to be up tomorrow with Black Honey, and it's going to go much better than this. So I'll see you there.